If you guys haven't seen my previous video on how to flat tow a vehicle, you may want to watch that first just so that you can be up to speed on what we're going to be talking about today. This video's purpose is to cover the function of a tow bar, more so based on the mechanicals and the maintenance. So you know how it works. Maybe you can avoid some of the mistakes I've made and maybe a few that some other people have made as well. Let's get into it. Okay, I've got a flathead screwdriver, a headlamp to hopefully give you guys a good look of what's inside this enclosure here and how this functions. I've removed two clips right here, zip ties here and here. There's a larger one on this end, and I've expanded it. I'll try to get you a look in here real quick, just a moment. Okay, hopefully you can see that this cotter pin, compression pin, whatever you want to call it, going across, has a spring around it. That spring holds tension over here on the arm that makes it want to come up, which also makes a round rod, kind of like how this one's stuck in here. There's a tapped hole going the opposite way with another round rod in there. You can see just the end of it come up there. Let me get you a little more light. You can see the end of it come up right there. So yummy, nice and greasy. Anyway, that the end of that round rod right here that I'm talking about inside the enclosure, it drops into place as soon as the bar is fully expanded. I'm going to compress it, let you watch it in action. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Super exciting. Not really. This is coming out, boom, pops into place just like that. So if you have an arm like this that seems like it's not coming up all the way, sometimes I'll get mine where it just comes up just a little, pop down like that and just comes up a little bit. Sometimes it can get stuck right on the end of this this solid bar. So most likely what's happening is, one, either this spring doesn't have enough tension on it, may need to replace that, or this bar isn't moving free enough. So clean it up, use a WD-40. I throw some marine grease on it and get it moving. I'll spray with WD-40 a few times. I'll hold this down, slide it back and forth, make sure it's freed up. It should be able to move in and out, and then it also should be able to rotate too. So make sure you give it a good one of those as you're cleaning it to make sure there's no obstructions in here, because you're gonna get all this stuck inside there. If you need to replace a pin, grab yourself a hex key, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call that, transfer punch, something to remove this cotter pin. Slide that out, and that spring, it should come right out with it. Grab some needle nose pliers, yank it out of there, and it'll see if I can show you the other end. Okay, I've removed the other end, so you can see it here. You've got the threaded end of that rod. As I push this down, that's gonna go up on the opposing side. While you're working on it, you might as well make sure everything's tight. There's a couple of lock nuts on both of these bolts here and here. And then also you have 3 hex head screws, one here, and the one that's supposed to be right here. It's ground completely smooth. Story for another time. And then also underneath this, you've got another, or at least you should have another lock nut. If not, you've already had issues. Okay, so just make sure those are tight. Some of these, like this, it's okay to have a little movement right here. You don't want to bend these. I mean, it's probably just going to bend this metal, but you do have welds there. Same thing with this over here. You do want to be able to have some movement because it's going to move as you turn and the truck's on, or your vehicle's being towed. So it does need to be able to move. You don't completely restrict it and pinch it down. You're going to get excess friction and things are going to break. Now this right here, spray some lubricant in there, some WD-40 or whatever you're using, and then re-grease that as well. This should spin and this should move up and down also. Yours isn't going to look like this because hopefully yours isn't broken. You see that moves a little bit. But yeah, so you're going to get a ton of dirt in here going down the road. It's just part of towing. But the more often you remove it, then, I mean, I even think maybe once a season is fine. I wouldn't go overkill on it, but having some kind of lubricant in there to keep it from rubbing and then things get loose is going to help you prevent problems in the future. If you have this design, usually it doesn't look like this. It only looks like this if you had big trouble like I have. But basically, you've got these hex cap screws that are going to hold this together. So you're going to want to make sure that this doesn't get too loose. If it moves around too much, things can come apart. Okay, quick recap. If you want to maintain your tow bar, clip off the 2 zip ties on each of these 2 bars, so 4 total. use WD-40 or some other cleaner to remove the old grease from this. And my personal choice for what I usually use is a marine grease. I'll show you that here in just a moment. And here it is. This is just a generic marine grease. It should have some water resistance like it says there. I got it when I replaced the wheel bearings on our old trailer. I just figured something that's going to hold up to water a little better is fine by me. I don't know that it has the best wear rating, but I figure the amount of movement that I'm going to get there relative to how much water it's going to be exposed to when it's raining going down the road is going to make it worth it. Ultimately, you can maintain this guy all day, but if you don't double check that your linch pins are on the end of your hitch pins and that your R key is into your hitch pin and the reese receiver, the reese hitch receiver, then I mean you're going to throw all this maintenance away and it's going to end up on the side of the road. Good luck out there. If I missed something, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help as much as I can. God bless. Hey, so I made this video for you for free, so if you liked it, let me know. Shoot me one of those thumbs up, guys. And if you didn't really like it, let me know when I messed up in the comments. Thanks.